Cambridge CELTA certificate for teaching English as a second and foreign language from the UK. Since 2013, she has been teaching English to different international students across the world. She has many research interests, such as language change, language ideologies, policies and planning, multilingualism and education, gender issues, media discourse analysis, minorities, identity and nationalism, and the sociology of immigration. So a very accomplished scholar, mashallah. She has published in a number of journals, including the prestigious British Academy and the International Journal of Sociology. Her most recent presentations have been on the topics of motivation in blended learning, critical thinking, academic writing, and gamification in EFL classroom. More recently, she has been a teacher with us at Limitless Learning for a few months now, and we are very, very happy to have her join our team. So what is Limitless Learning? Limitless Learning is the Algerian Institute of Professional Skills. It has been founded here in the Silicon Valley in California a couple of years ago. We are an e-learning platform which provides professionals, students, companies, and universities in Algeria with world-class hands-on training in the fields of technology, communication, diversity, and inclusion. We have many current courses right now. We offer courses that are starting whether in October, November, or December, or even in 2024, inshallah, such as data science, English for professors, design thinking, Python coding and AI foundations, generative AI, and conversational English with Dr. Siham Rouabeh. We have learners across 10 countries. The red dots are learners, and our green dots here are our instructors who are all over the world. And we are very proud to have learners and instructors, experts from different countries, different parts of the world, who are going to share their wisdom and their knowledge with the Algerian youth and Algerian learners in general. At the end of your any training with Limitless Learning, you get a certificate of completion. Also, we have in convention with the Ministry of Continuous Training. And at the end of your certificate, at the end of your training, you will get a certificate from both our organizations. So let's talk about the upcoming IELTS exam preparation. I'm going to go over the course. Donc رح نحكي لكم شوي على le cours rapidement. ومن بعد you can ask questions and we can answer very specific questions you might have. So le cours هذا il est spécial خاطر راح يكون intensif pendant 15 jours. تقراو كل يوم ساعة. So every day تقراو for 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, for 15 days, consecutive days, يعني des jours ورا بعضهم. Usually هذا la formation هذه يديروها just قبل ما تجوز IELTS exam tag. So it's a great opportunity for you to just learn about the techniques to take the exam right before the exam. We will have multiple dates, inshallah, in 2023 and 2024. Donc, il y aura 15 séances, so 15 sessions. And the time, every day راح يكون من 8 ل 9 تاع الليل, Algeria time. Everything will be on Google Learning platform. You just need to have a Gmail account, and then you can just use the rest of the Google Suite, Google Meet, Google Calendar, Google Classroom, and Google Chat, and you will be able to attend. And we recommend you attend the live sessions so that you can follow along with Dr. Siham Rouabeh. So let's talk a little bit about the course. Again, it's a 15 days, so 1 hour a day every day, donc ساعة في النهار pendant 15 jours. Intensive course designed to help you prepare for your IELTS exam. Limitless Learning IELTS preparation course is an intensive program that uses an interactive approach to unlock your path to success by boosting your scores in just 15 days. Whether you are aiming for higher education, career opportunities, or immigration, our condensed yet comprehensive course covers all sections, donc toutes les sections de l'IELTS exam. You will dive into the world of IELTS with expert guidance, insider strategies, and hands-on practice with tailored feedback, realistic mock tests. Donc راح نديروا دي tests مع الأستاذة, and time-saving techniques. You will be confidently test ready in no time. Don't miss this opportunity to accelerate your IELTS journey. Secure your spot today and pass your test immediately after. Donc we recommend you take the 15 days and then you take the test right after you do the preparation with us. There are 5 course objectives. So it will ensure proficiency in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Donc هذوما les 4 parties تاع le test. You will optimize the time management for each exam. على بالكم باللي ساعات نعرفوا الانجلي بس the problem with the IELTS exam is to respect the time that is given for each section. Get personalized feedback and guidance to address specific weaknesses. Donc ça va être vraiment spécifique ليك انت. Let's say انت عندك reading مليح بس ناقص في writing, so you will have very specific feedback for your needs and weaknesses. You will boost your confidence through practice and speaking. ساعات we have the skills but we don't have enough confidence to just take the test. And then lastly, you will get comprehensive mock tests to gauge the progress and enhance the exam readiness. So this is it for talking about the exam in general. ما حبيتش نطول عليكم بزاف. I just wanted to tell you in general about the course we are offering, inshallah, starting soon, November. But I would love to, whether it's up to Siham, we can either start answering questions or we can just listen to Siham explain to us a little bit more about what is the IELTS exam, what are the types of IELTS exam, how do I register, etc., etc. So it's up to you, Siham. You have the floor.
All right. I'll thank you, Susan. I'll just give an overview and open the floor actually for your questions. So as Susan said, it's going to be an intensive course to prepare for your IELTS test. Normally, it's run just before the test exam. So normally those who are interested in this course would have already booked their exam test. So they just have got like 1 month in advance to prepare for it. We're going to go through all the 4 skills. We're going to provide tips and strategies on how to get a high score. Of course, we're going to talk about the format of the exam, the different types, which one is suitable for you. Depending on whether you want this IELTS for immigration, you want it because you want to do a master's degree, a PhD degree somewhere in English-speaking countries, you want to go to the UK, which is a different type. And of course, because it's an intensive course and it's only run for 15 days, you would also expect that there is lots of self-study material that you will need to go through in your free time. These materials, of course, I will be providing all the resources for you, and you need to pay some extra efforts doing more mock tests by your own. Of course, in addition to the ones that we're running in the classroom itself. So just an overview of the different types of the IELTS. We're going to cover both the general and the academic IELTS. But you have to know, of course, that it depends on what you need the IELTS for. If you need it for immigration, for example, you will need to sit for the general training IELTS. If you need it for further academic studies, whether it's master's or a PhD, any postgraduate studies, then you need the academic one. If you need to go to the UK, then that one is really specific. You have to take the UK VI IELTS test. But if you've got any questions on those or any general ones, then I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Siham, for the overview of the IELTS. Donc الناس اللي راهم حابين اللي يحتاجوا l'examen تاع IELTS que ça soit pour l'immigration ولا pour باش يقراو في الخارج باش يديروا ماستر ولا PhD في un pays anglophone. Donc أنا على بالي par exemple اللي في الأمريكان the TOEFL exam is usually taken but they also accept the IELTS. Donc l'avantage تاع IELTS c'est qu'il est accepté partout. في الجزائر تقدروا تسجلوا à travers the British Council and كان des dates disponibles partout. Donc je pense كان Alger, Constantine ou Wahran normalement. So عندكم trois villes اللي فيهم ال IELTS testing available في الجزائر. And على بالي بلي الناس بزاف يحتاجوه for different purposes. كما قالت الأستاذة, donc you will be taking the IELTS exam preparation whether donc le général اللي هو for immigration ولا academic ولا اللي كان حبيت تروح تقرأ في الخارج في pays anglophone and you need the test, and so this is a great opportunity for you. L'avantage c'est que let's say even if you took the test وحبيت تطلع في le score تاعك, it's also a great opportunity to improve your score. but تاني إذا كان جامي ديت هذا l'examen وحبيت من الأول تجيب une bonne note, it's a good preparation because you will have the very specific and intensive preparation for 15 days, donc 15 jours كل يوم pendant 1 heure نتقراو مع الأستاذة جوست قبل l'examen تاعك. حنا on va s'arranger باش نديرو les dates جوست قبل les examens تاعكم so that you have time to really focus. غير تروح تجوز l'examen تكون واجد وتكون ما نسيتش les techniques اللي تعلمتهم مع الأستاذة سهام.
Yeah. Just to add on what Susan said as well regarding those 3 centers in Algeria, the one in Constantine and the one in Wahran, those ones provide only the general training IELTS. So if you want to pass the academic IELTS, you have to go to Algiers. And also there are 2 types now after COVID. Normally IELTS is only paper-based, but after COVID, the British Council decided that it's available both actually computer-based and paper-based. So you can choose whether you want to take it on paper in the IELTS, exam center, or you want to take it on the computer. But in both cases, you have to be there. There is a new suggestion that it's actually already happening in a couple of countries where you can actually take the IELTS online from your home. You don't even need to go to the center, but it's not yet available in Algeria.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and also something very new that the British Council has just introduced is that if you've, let's say, you've got a score of 6 in the overall score is 6 in your IELTS, and the university that you're applying for or the company you're applying for require, let's say, 6 in each one of those skills, but you've got, let's say, 6 in all of them, but probably 5 in reading or listening, you can actually have the chance to retake that skill without taking the whole exam. But that's, again, specific and available only in a couple of countries. Not yet in Algeria, but it's something that's going to happen probably at the beginning of 2023. Yeah.
Inshallah, this is very interesting. So they're becoming a little bit more flexible when it comes to, improving your scores, because usually that's the issue. I see a lot of people taking the test. They have a score, but then they will require a better score at a later time.
And the thing is, like, when they pass it again, even those skills that they've scored really high at the beginning, they don't really get the same score the second time. So they probably get a higher score in another skill, but again, get a lower score in another skill, which is not fair. So yeah, that's what the British Council is working on right now. And I'm hoping that by the beginning of the new year, it's going to be introduced in so many more countries.
Inshallah, I think this is interesting that we only have 3 centers for taking the test. I think this is very, it should be more. I think this is the same for TOEFL, and for the GRE, I think it's only 1 test, 1 center, which is Algiers. So Algeria definitely lacks those testing centers, but I think it's based on the supply and demand, of course, and but more and more people are taking the test. And what I see is that you can study by yourself, you can buy the books and study, but what we offer at Limitless Learning, احنا كيفاش نعاونوكم في Limitless Learning، انه تجي تقرا 15 يوم وانت مع الاستاذه. You will really study in an intensive fashion where you will be doing preparation specifically for the test. It's not just in any English course. خاطر عنا d'autres cours تاع anglais. We have conversational, we have intermediate English. Those are 4 weeks, like 8 weeks. This is a 15 days intensive, and it's mostly, it's going to be specifically designed and targeting people who are going to take the test, ideally immediately after you finish the test, the preparation. Abdul Karim, yes, the session is going to be recorded. It's a live session that's going to be recorded, yes. Okay, new comments. Okay, so Yasmin is asking, how long does it take to prepare for the IELTS?
Yeah, it really depends. Our course is for 15 days. If you're able actually to enroll in the course, do everything that we looked at, plus, of course, the self-study materials, you will be able to pass it immediately after. In normal cases, individual studies, you might take a month, you might take 1 week. It really depends on how quick you are at grasping things and applying them.
What's your current level, Yasmin, in English? Let's see, we're gonna wait for more comments and questions. Oh, B2. So she has a B2 level, Siham. What do you think? How much time will she need to prepare? Do you think 15 days will be enough for her?
Yeah, plus the self-study materials, it will be enough for sure. Yeah, but as I said, it really depends on the person's capability of grasping things quickly, applying them, working hard on extra mock tests and everything together. So I think 15 days is a very reasonable period of time for everyone. I've got students who prepared it in 1 week, others who did in 10 days, others in a whole month. So it really depends on how much free time you've got to dedicate for this course as well.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Siham. So what are the best materials for IELTS? Yasmin, same person is asking.
There are plenty of materials, but I would say the best, of course, is the British Council materials. They are the ones running the test. So go to the website, and of course, the materials are not all for free. You only got probably 1 mock test for each one of those skills. That's for free. If you want extra preparation, you have to enroll in their preparation lessons, or if you want 5 more, I think, mock tests, then you can, once you book your seat for the exam, then they give you up to 5, I think, mock tests that you can practice on. But of course, that would not be enough. 5 of them is not enough for immediately taking the test. So you need to look at other books from Cambridge. Also, there are plenty of materials on YouTube, and I would always say, yeah, the British Council is the best.
Thank you, Siham. And how many mock tests do they get in the Limitless Learning preparation?
Well, they'll get 1 in each one of those skills for reading and listening. For writing, they will get, of course, 2, because we've got the general training and the academic are different. And then for the speaking, they'll get 3. But this is what you get in the course itself. You get homeworks. So for each one of those skills, you also get 1 or 2 to do them. And for me to provide feedback on, I can give extra materials that you can practice on later on. That overall, it will be probably 3 to 4 per skill for the ones that we will have feedback on, and then plenty more for the ones that you can practice on. And of course, you can share with your colleagues, and you might create a group of preparation so you can share your thoughts and feedback.
Exactly. That's a good thing about being in a group, so that it's a very personalized attention and learning first. And second, they get to be in the same group, and then also, learn from each other. And then also specifically really encourage each other, because, peer pressure is very, very powerful when it comes to preparing for a test. كامل خدمنا dans des groupes, in preparation for tests. So it's very, very interesting to have a nice group of people who are also preparing for the IELTS. So Mehdi is asking what score is required to be accepted at the university. I mean, I just need an average.
It really depends, Mehdi. So as far as I know, in the UK, for example, if you're applying for masters, certain universities, it really depends on the university. If you're applying for Oxford or Cambridge or UCL, the scores would obviously be a bit higher, but there are universities that would accept 5.5 for masters, but for a PhD, I don't think there is any university that accepts less than 7, at least, for social sciences. When it comes to engineering, mathematics, IT, the scientific, the STEM field, I think it can go to 6.5. But they do have a condition on, like, for example, having 6 in all the skills. They would not accept if you get a 5 in one of them, for example. And of course, writing is always prioritized, so you have to get a good score in writing to be accepted in a university. As I said, this is for masters and PhDs. For undergrads, it might be less, but I'm not really aware of that. I don't have much information on this.
Yeah, you will have to check. Thank you, Siham. You will have to check specific universities if you are interested. But in general, كما جاوبتك الأستاذة, يعني en général هذا هما les scores minimum. So this is why déjà راك مخلص pour le test. Le test il n'est pas, يعني it's not a cheap test. So if you're planning to take it, the best thing to get your money's worth is to prepare for the test accordingly and really make sure you have the right skills before you go. I see a lot of people making this mistake is when they have a good English. You can hear they can speak well, they have good skills, but then they think they have like an English that's good enough, and then they go into the test and then they have a bad score. The reason is that you can have a very good English, you can even be near native speaker. The thing is that the test has a very specific timing for each task, for each part of the test. And if you don't have the right techniques, it's hard to really succeed in those tests.
Yeah.
This is why preparation... Go ahead, Siham.
Absolutely, Sosan. Yeah, because also even native speakers themselves wouldn't get a full score like 9 just because they are native speakers. When it comes to speaking or writing, for example, you've got certain words that they require. If you don't use those specific expressions, you get a lower score. In speaking, there are certain techniques and ways of how you can talk, for example, for a minute or two that you specifically need to follow. It's not just like a normal conversation. Somebody asks you a question and you're just randomly answering that. There are really strict strategies and tips on how you go around those questions, especially for speaking and writing. And of course, as Susan said, for listening and reading, it goes also with understanding different scientific articles, your knowledge in different disciplines. So it's not something to do with your capability of speaking English or understanding it. And back to your question on the score, as Susan said, you can just go to any university website that you're interested in and you will see their requirements for the IELTS. One thing I wanted to highlight is that some universities, or probably the majority of them, if you don't get the required score, they would accept you in their program with the condition that you take a whole year for an English, training, a foundation year, and you have to pay loads of money for that
Yes.
year. And if you count it, it's easier to pass the IELTS probably 5 times than study that foundation year, which is going to take 1 whole year of your time and also lots of money.
That's a very very good point, Siham. صح ساعات يقبلوا له score تاعك, but they will ask you to do a whole year of English. You will have to do a whole year of English, which is a lot of money, especially in the UK and in the US. These countries have very expensive tuition fees, and if you come from a country like Algeria, it's going to be hard for you to pay those fees if you don't have a scholarship. So okay, let's take another question. So Yasmin is asking about the FineTech course. Yes, thank you for your interest, Yasmin. So FineTech course at Limitless Learning, yes, soon, upcoming soon, inshallah, ideally December or January. So we'll keep you posted. Just stay updated on our webpage and social media. Thank you. Ilyas is asking, why before October 15? So the reason we are asking you to register before is because we have a discount and un discount à 4000 dinars if you pay before and register and pay before le 15 octobre, so that you have a seat. On va réserver la place تاعكم, and then you will be able to wait for the upcoming session, which will be November or December, depending on your test. So let's say you're taking your test in November 15, then you will do the preparation du 1er au 15 novembre, par exemple. So really, we're going to make sure you are going to get ready before your exam, right before the exam, because this is how you will remember all your training. So Rabia, it says, Limitless Learning, good luck, ladies. Thank you so much. Esperanza is asking, what about language branch in master's degree? I think she means the question, is it like the score requirements? Is it the same for humanities, like no scientific?
It tends to be higher for humanities. So obviously they would expect you to be really proficient in English, and they would require 7.5. Yeah, it's higher than the STEM specialties.
Good to know. Yeah, good to know. If you, so I know some of you are, I see some people here who have reached out to us for our Fulbright consulting service at Limitless Learning. You know, we help you prepare for your Fulbright application. Fulbright is the scholarship from the U.S. State Department. So one of the tests you should take for Fulbright is IELTS or TOEFL. They accept both. And if you are planning to do the Fulbright scholarship for next year, deadline en général est de mai 2024 pour la rentrée à 2025. So if you are accepted, you will go to the US in August 2025. So really, it takes time to prepare, and the right time to start preparing for the IELTS is now. باش لو كان من حتى الماي, let's say score تاعك ماشي مليح, you have time to improve on your score, and this is the number one reason people get disqualified from the scholarship, is because they don't have a good score in IELTS or TOEFL. So you need to have the score before applying for the scholarship. Amin Kumni is asking, is this course temporary or is it available all the time? It's actually, we're planning on working with Siham to offer it as much as possible, but we will have specific dates, so we will have 2 weeks, let's say in November, 2 weeks in December. We don't have the dates yet. It depends on people and the dates of their exam dates, but definitely it's going to be something that hopefully we will be offering on a rolling basis. Correct, Siham?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Hiba is asking, there is no academic test in Constantine? That I don't know. So maybe Siham knows.
As far as I know, and I've checked recently on the British Council website, I'm 100% sure that there is no UK. If you're applying for the UK, there is no UK VI exam in Constantine or in Oran. You have to do it in Algiers. The normal academic test might be available. I have to double check that, but it might be available. But for the speaking, for example, in both Constantine and Wahran, you won't have any examiner question you face to face. You will have a video call with somebody, but it won't be a face to face.
I see. Thank you, Siham. And again, so the general IELTS exam is for immigration purposes. Usually, I see people taking it for Canada immigration, they require it. I'm not so sure about the UK. But for the academic one, so you have two types of IELTS exam, the academic and the general. The general is for immigration. The academic one is for pursuing work or studies in an English-speaking country, such as Canada, the UK, the US, Australia, and even some other European countries where the program is.
UK itself is a really special case. If you're applying for the UK, you have to take either the UK VI visa and immigration test or the life skills test. So those are specifically for the UK, but the rest are for any other country.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you, Siham. Because for Fulbright, I had to take the TOEFL, and it was at that time it was available in Constantine, so I was able to take it there. I did not get a good score at first. I had to retake it another time, and that second time I had to do it in Algiers along with the GRE exam. So it was very stressful and very time consuming and expensive because there was nowhere I could prepare the test by myself. So I just bought books, and even the books were not always available. So I ordered books from abroad and I studied by myself. But I'm sure that if I had a 15 days intensive course like this one to prepare me for the exam, it would have been much, much, much easier for me. It's mostly managing the stress. I think the biggest part for me, because I was an English major, I knew English, but I didn't do well in the first time because I was so stressed. كي يعود عندك الستريس ميم لو كان تكون تعرف you end up not knowing things and not doing well. So really, I highly recommend you take the time to prepare it. And also 15 days is nothing, it's very quick. So it's a very good opportunity to just focus 1 hour a day, have a coach to help you, and get the best score, and move on with the next steps of your application. Because if you want to study abroad or just immigrate, there's a lot of paperwork. عندك بزاف لي بابي لازم توجدهم كي تنحي عليك IELTS, and it's valid 2 years. Remember, IELTS
the biggest hassle.
I'm sorry.
It's the biggest hassle for so many people because, again, as you said, Sosan, it's all about stress as well. You might be really good at English, but then you go to the test and you don't get a good score. And it's good to pass it like a bit earlier so that if you don't get the required score, you still have time to apply again. And nowadays, you've got only 3 to 5 days actually to get the results if it's online. If it's computer based, then about like a week to 10 days to get it if it's paper based. So at least you have to calculate everything in advance and give some time for yourself to prepare it and get the required score.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sam. This is a very important point I forgot about. Is you have to wait for the test results, and usually it's very nerve-wracking. You have to just wait and you hope for the best, and if it takes time, you're even wasting more time. And usually there are a lot of deadlines, whether it's applying for a university or applying for a job or applying for immigration. Paperwork. There are appointments and deadlines, so it's best to start early.
And that's also required as part of the visa document. So if you don't have it earlier, you will end up waiting and postponing your, visa appointment just to get the results of the IELTS.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Siham. Someone is asking, Abd al-Noor Dalil, why we can't have a copy of the answers after passing the test?
You have to forward your inquiries to the British Council. I have no idea why, but that's a valid question.
It is.
They usually don't provide any answer keys, but
yeah.
Why not?
It would be helpful if they could just, send those
Because
answers.
there is no actually room for objection or, saying that this is not fair. I need somebody to double check my papers. Nobody's going to do that for you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why you have to, put all the chances on your side and prepare for it. The best way to really get a good score is to be ready. Just knowing the structure, knowing how it works, having the techniques for listening and speaking, and how to make sure you answer the questions in the order they come from. You don't skip answers, so you don't have to go back to them. I don't know if you can skip answers, correct, Siham, in IELTS?
Depends on which skill.
Which skill? I
Of
think.
course, for speaking, you won't be able to. For
Yeah.
writing, you might start with the second part and then go back to the first. But
Yeah.
it's still not recommended. It's always good to go in order. For reading, it's really hard. You have to go actually in order because it will help you in the upcoming questions. But
Yeah.
you can still start from, let's say, reading 2 and then go to reading 1 if you don't understand anything about the text. But this is not really recommended. You're just going to be wasting your time skipping things while you have already read them. So it's rather, you focus and get the answers and then move on.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
speaking, it's not possible.
Yeah, and I remember it's been years since I taken the TOEFL, which is similar, but it's just you need to focus. You need to be really focused for is it 3 hours, 3 hours and a half, Siham? What's the total time?
Yeah, it should be 3 hours for writing, reading, and listening, and then for speaking, it's around 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
almost 3 hours and a half. I think this is it's a long time for you to focus, but when you have the right skills and the techniques, it's all about techniques. It's all about techniques, how you can actually prepare, read quickly the prompt so that you can answer fast. If you are in the market to take the GRE test as well, or the GMAT test, it's actually a good preparation because it's the same style, not the same thing, of course, because the other one tests you for different skills. But I remember I had to take the English one, and then I had to take the GRE, and it was a good preparation because in Algeria we're not used to the QCM style of questions. We're not used to taking exams online. We're not used to answering this kind or type of style of questions. So I remember it was good preparation because the first time I had no idea what I was getting into. And then it was interesting to just build the skills from one experience to the next one.
right.
Yeah. Let's see if we have more questions. More questions, guys. حطيتكم هنا لليان باش تسجلوا في لليان. I see a lot of people who are interested already, who have signed up. So that's good. You have seen our link for registration, and it's posted هنا في LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as Twitter. So please let us know if you have more questions. We have a couple more minutes. We do have a few more minutes, but we can answer a few more questions. Let's wait for a few moments here, Siham, if you don't mind, and see if people have more. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, Horia is asking, how much does the prep course cost and for how long? Do you offer the course on a regular basis? Thank you, Horia, for your question. So the prep course costs 29,900, donc 2,900,000. But if you register before le 15 octobre, لو كان تسجلي قبل le 15 octobre, عندك 4,000 دينار de discount, donc راح يكون à 25,000. Do we offer the course on a regular basis? Yes, we will, inshallah. And the course is 15 days long. It's an intensive so that you can prepare right before your exam. I have a description here. عندكم هاو الكورس schedule راح يكون chaque jour pendant 15 jours. كل يوم تقراو ساعة pendant 15 times, so 15 sessions. التايم راح يكون من 8 ل 9 الليل Algeria time. And here is a description of the course. And Samah is asking for the URL. You know, Samah, you're coming from LinkedIn, right? Let me post it directly on LinkedIn. You have it. But apparently, if I post it here on StreamYard, it's not showing. So I'm going to post it for you, all right? Thank you for your interest. Okay, let's see. Any more questions for us? Any questions? Horia, any more questions? Oh, she has the same last name as you, Siham.
Yeah, I've just noticed. Yeah.
Maybe you are related.
I know. Yeah, I've never come across this name, but nah, we might be related, Horia.
Okay, let's see. I'm looking for the LinkedIn so that I can post directly the link. In the meantime, any more questions? Oh, Samah is saying thank you. You are welcome. Okay. Okay, I found the... Samah, I'm posting the link directly on LinkedIn comments. Yeah, I just posted it right now. Please confirm that you can see it. Okay. Who else? We got a lot of people from LinkedIn. That's good. We do have quite a bit of followers, almost 10K on LinkedIn. So that's good that people are showing up from there. The good thing with StreamYard is that we can broadcast at different sources at the same time. That's good. I think we answered all the questions. Let's see if I missed any questions. I think we answered all the questions. But if you still have any questions, I'm going to leave the email here. So it's dzlimitless, so dzlimitlessattach@gmail.com. Or you can call us. I'm going to post the phone number here in 1 minute. You will reach our secretary, Mariam. You can ask her any questions about limitless learning in general or about this specific course coming up. So, okay, I found the phone number. If you are abroad, you can also use WhatsApp for the same number. So it's donc 05 donc 00213 05 41 18 37 15 05 41 18 37 15. I'm gonna post it right here again for some of you guys who need to read it directly from the comments. Yes, so please email us, call us, let us know if you have any questions. But I think we have answered all the questions for this live. We are very excited to help you succeed in IELTS. على بالي باللي الناس اللي حابين يجوزوا الآيلتس ça peut être très stressant surtout اللي حيجوزوا pour la première fois ولا اللي يجوزوا من قبل وحاب يسقم السكور تاعو يكون خير. It's really about focusing for 15 days, getting ready, inshallah, and making sure that you will succeed and reach your dreams and goals, inshallah. We wish you all the best, and we wish you a lot of success in your career and in your studies. Limitless Learning is here to help you reach those dreams and reach those goals through whether it's through courses or training or preparation like this one for the IELTS exam. We did not talk much about the conversational English class, but we are currently offering a conversational English class with Dr. Siham Rouabeh. If you just want to improve your speaking skills, someone earlier asked, I think it was It was Yasmin. Yasmin, she asked about improving your speaking skills. I'm going to post here the link for registering for conversational English. It's going on right now. It's very successful. People love it because they are able to just be there. They practice their conversation skills, and it's a very good opportunity. Dr. Siham Rouabeh is the instructor. So we are very, very happy to have her with us in our team, and we are happy to help you improve your skills, whether it's English or any other technical field.
Thank you so much, Siham.
Thank you. Anything else to add, Siham, while I look for the link?
ربي يحفظك أستاذة كريم was saying. So, Amin for Susan, yes. I don't have much to add, but as Susan mentioned, we've already run a couple of courses about intermediate English, English for professors, also with Dr. Amin Adwidi, who was with us as well. And this course on conversational English and the preparation for the IELTS. Whichever you think is suitable for your objectives, we would be happy to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Siham. I just posted the links for conversational English. Also, we have an upcoming course with Dr. Amin Adwidi for EMI, which is English as a medium of instruction. لكن راك أستاذ في الجامعة وحبيت تقرب الإنجليزية العام هذا في الجامعة الجزائرية ولا ailleurs. You are more than welcome to join our course. I'm gonna post the link here as well. So you have multiple links to choose from. But if you forget to click on those links or you don't see them, you can just go on our website at www.limitlesslearning.us. Everything is there. All the courses are there. We offer a wide range of courses, data science coming up in October. We have plenty of courses coming up, inshallah, and generative AI in December, artificial intelligence foundation as well. So really a lot of, a lot of opportunities to improve your skills. As I said before, Limitless Learning is here to help you improve those skills and not replace the Algerian higher education system. So really, anything you need, any gap you feel that you need to fill in your studies or training, we are here to help you with that. I'm going to post the last link here, and then we can go ahead and end this live. Okay, here is the link. Okay, this one is for English as a medium of instruction. So if you guys are interested to learn how to teach in English, this course is for you. And if you have any more questions, let us know. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you, Siham, for being a great team member. Thank you for providing quality training and education to our learners and for answering our questions.
Thank you so much, Susan. And thank you for all of those who've been here, for your questions. Thank you, guys. And we wish to see you in one of those upcoming courses.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Please do not hesitate if you have more questions. يعطيكم الصحة, Bislama, and have a great week ahead.
Bye.